this is a pretty big contradiction. Up until yesterday, the story was that the president and Comey had talked about Flynn, but Giuliani was saying, oh, he just meant like you exercise your prosecutorial discretion, or, yeah, don't make such a big deal out of it. Comey took it to mean lay off, stop investigating him. Now Giuliani, Trump are saying it never happened, we never discussed it.
Well, let me make this real easy. When we dealt with the Stormy Daniels case and the president gets on the presidential aircraft and says, I didn't know anything, and you find out other people, Michael Cohen, know stuff, people like Giuliani say, we got to roll this one out. The truth is the president knew about payments to Stormy Daniels because there's a lot of people who know. Now, let's contrast that to what we have in this case. Rudy Giuliani's looking around. The guy hasn't told the truth since Abe Lincoln was in shorts. He's looking around saying, wait a minute, I checked the facts. There might have been only 2 people in the room. And that's Trump and Comey. So I can say whatever I want, and it's going to be the president versus the former attorney general, the former FBI director who's been vilified. I think he just looked around and said, there's not enough evidence, so now I'm going to say they didn't talk about this.
You better hope that Omarosa's pen wasn't in that room during the conversation. I mean, do you find? I mean, this is a real contradiction. I mean, Giuliani tried to play it off like he was just arguing an alternative or something, but then it's really confusing if that's true. And the easier explanation, the Occam's razor explanation, is they've just decided to change their story.
Yeah, or maybe Trump has the tapes, because remember, he was the first person who brought up tapes in the first place. But Giuliani was saying something about lawyers arguing in the alternative. I'm not sure what Giuliani is doing is lawyering right now. He's muddying the waters. He's creating confusion and doubt in people's minds about what the truth is for whatever reason. And that's because it only helps the president when people feel like they don't know who's right and who's wrong. When it becomes a he said, she said kind of situation, it helps them to undermine the Mueller probe. So that's really what's happening here, not so much some kind of grand legal strategy. I don't think that's really Giuliani's job at the moment.
Look, what do you think's going on?
So look, as Phil said, 2 people in the room.
Right.
Comey and the president. 2 different versions of the truth. Right? One person hears it one way, one person hears it another way.
Well, 3 different versions of the truth, really, because there's Comey, and there's what Giuliani and Trump were saying, and then there's what Giuliani and Trump are now saying today.
The people in the room where it actually occurred, right? Whatever the president said, however it was heard by Comey, they could both think they're telling the truth. Could be completely 2 different versions of the same movie. Right?
And the other thing is, Jamal, is that Giuliani is saying that they don't want to let President Trump answer questions about this, because they say there's indication that Mueller and his team already have a favoritism for the Comey version of events. I asked what the proof there was, and he didn't really have any.
Well, I don't know any idea. I don't have any idea what Mueller is doing. All I know is Donald Trump has lied over 4,000 times, according to the Washington Post. James Comey, we have not yet seen a place where he's not told the truth. So if you had to choose between the 2 of them, of course you would choose the person who is not publicly known to lie over the person who will lie about things we have seen with our own 2 eyes.
You know what? At the end of the day, this report comes down to a written report, which is going to be laid on the desk of Rod Rosenstein, and then it's going to be taken and either given to the House, and they're going to do something with it, and that's a political context. No, I don't think anybody around this table, anybody in America, thinks that the president's going to be indicted by Director Mueller.
And speaking of Rod Rosenstein,
completely political.